So the Symphony Orchestra providing a rousing ring walk anthem for Jorge FORTEA, a man from Valencia in Spain. 34 years of age, brings to the ring a 30-bout professional record, 25 wins, 10 of them inside the distance, 4 losses, 3 of those have come by the short route and a draw. And of his 4 losses, 3 of them have come when fighting outside of his homeland. So perhaps not auguring well for FORTEA when you consider who will be coming out of the other corner.
Действующий чемпион из Санкт-Петербурга, Россия, Pavel SOSULIN!
Because emerging from the gold corner will be the estimable figure of Pavel SOSULIN, undefeated in the professional ranks and on the IBA.PRO stage, to which he is no stranger. Short walk to the boxing ring, in between the ropes, Pavel SOSULIN, who's coming off the back of a great win over Magomed Kurbanov, WBA eliminator back in July of this year. Went the 12-round distance on that occasion, so the man in the upper echelons of the world rankings, seeking to consolidate his standing now against Jorge FORTEA.
10-раундовый поединок за титул чемпиона IBA Intercontinental в первом среднем весе. Супервайзер IBA Максим Чертыковцев, Молдова. Рефери поединка Семен Стахеев, Россия. Итак, дамы и господа, для обоих участников этого поединка звучат национальные гимны их стран. И первым звучит национальный гимн Королевства Испания. Дамы и господа, в исполнении солиста Самарского академического театра оперы и балета имени Дмитрия Шостаковича Степана Волкова звучит государственный гимн Российской Федерации. Россия священная наша держава, Россия. Твое
Incredibly rousing renditions of both national anthems ahead of our final bout of IBA.PRO 12.
Время боя пришло. Представляю соперников и первым бойца в черном углу. Ему 34 года, рост 180 сантиметров, вес 69,9 килограмма. Его рекорд насчитывает 30 боев, 25 побед, 4 поражения и 1 ничья, 10 ярких побед нокаутом. Он владел поясами чемпиона WBC Latino и IBF International в первом среднем весе, представляющий Суэка, Испания, Jorge FORTEA. Его сопернику напротив, в золотом углу, 29 лет, рост 180 сантиметров, вес также 69,9 килограмма. Мастер спорта международного класса. Чемпион России среди профессионалов и любителей с безупречным рекордом. 12 боев, 12 побед, 6 из них нокаутом. Чемпион WBA Asia в первом среднем весе. Чемпион WBA Gold в первом среднем весе. Чемпион Европы IBA и чемпион IBA.PRO Intercontinental. Второй номер рейтинга WBA в первом среднем весе. Из Санкт-Петербурга, Россия, по прозвищу Мекс, Павел SOSULIN.
So Mr. Semen Stakiev, the third man in the ring ahead of our final bout of the evening. It's in the 154-pound super welterweight or light middleweight division between Pavel SOSULIN and Jorge FORTEA. So we're underway then. Two incredibly talented boxers facing off in a contest of high stakes here in our show close-up. The IBA Intercontinental belt is on the line. That is currently held by the man wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold. That is Pavel SOSULIN, an undefeated professional with a record of 12-0 away from the IBA.PRO stage, but he has competed extensively on the IBA.PRO stage. Most recently in April, when he stopped Lucas Ariel Bastida of Argentina at the Wrestling Palace in Ufa with a 9th round stoppage on IBA.PRO 3. Really educated performance. I commentated on that in January. It was on the IBA.PRO stage against the undefeated Filipino Carlo Baccardo. Two unbeatens going head-to-head in the Armenian capital in Yerevan. And he took him out in the 3rd round, scheduled for 10. Terrific body puncher, wonderfully composed. Jorge FORTEA, 30 bouts into his professional career now after having made his debut in December of 2009. But again, of the 4 losses that he's endured, 3 of them have come overseas. Losing to Anthony Fowler, World Championship bronze medalist, remember. Good double left hook. Head upstairs and downstairs from FORTEA. But that record suggests that he doesn't necessarily travel well. So SOSULIN, we seek to test the man's resolve and conditioning and punch resistance here in his home nation, the man from St. Petersburg, who has picked up so many accolades and titles and indeed precious positions in rankings, because his last victory over Magomed Kurbanov, remember, who had only lost to Israel Madrimov prior to that, entering the contest at 26-1, while by prevailing on that split decision victory in Yekaterinburg, that was an eliminator for the WBA title at 154 pounds super welterweight or light middleweight, depending on your terminology. Of course, wasn't specified as to whether it's a final eliminator, but it certainly gives you an idea of of the echelons in which SOSULIN is presiding, as you see him dropping downstairs effectively after FORTEA enjoyed some success. Beautiful body punching once again in rapid fire fashion from SOSULIN before ending with jabs. High tempo opening round, SOSULIN concluding it in impressive fashion. Some of the action from that first round. Effective defenses between those high-held gloves, but SOSULIN keeping the attack going and able to penetrate the gloves and forearms of FORTEA. FORTEA gamely waving his man in. You see that left hook to the body. One wonders whether SOSULIN and his team have been studying FORTEA's most recent loss, which came back in December of 2023, because on that outing in the United States against the Puerto Rican Xander Zayas, it was body shots that put paid to his effort for the NABF super welterweight crown. Dropped in the first round with a left hook to the body, and then it was a sustained attack to the body in the fifth round that caused him to take a knee for the second time, and he was unable to beat the count. Had a long time out of the ring after that setback, returning in April of this year. We posted a 6-round stoppage in a contest scheduled for 6 against the journeyman Ruben Angulo, his compatriot from Spain. Again, look at the manner in which he's able to just pick up the tempo and the power through that combination. SOSULIN testing the man down to the body once again, and so it brought the hands down, perhaps a little bit of a reaction on a shot that may have been borderline. Double right hand, body then head, and FORTEA digs in a good right hand behind the left elbow of SOSULIN, but SOSULIN standing his ground. Quick-fisted flurry from FORTEA once again. But it's SOSULIN, wonderful right hand, and look how it's reddened the left side of FORTEA's face. That close quarter punch picking, really impressive from SOSULIN. Looking to pull the left glove down and then working the body effectively. FORTEA gets himself off the ropes and fires back, showing his competitive spirit. But beyond the halfway stage, he's got to be doing more as he lands another good right hand to the body and turned it into a right hand to the chin. So FORTEA, former Spanish welterweight national champion, this one up at super welterweight, 154 pounds, or 69.9 kilograms. Well, that's been called a low blow from SOSULIN, sporting touch of gloves upon the resumption after the intervention of the referee. Digging downstairs with terrific effectiveness once again is SOSULIN, and a clever right uppercut in between the forearms of FORTEA. Closing seconds of this second round, and it's SOSULIN, the busier boxer, but FORTEA remaining competitive. Look at that for a double jab, body then head, answering with the same variety of jab is FORTEA, and there's the vulnerability to the body that is being explored and exposed once again. The man from Spain folded like a flimsy deck chair, and he's not going to beat the count, writhing in agony after a single shot to the body brought about a reaction, crumpling his man to the canvas, and he was unable to beat the referee's count, which told to 10. Pavel SOSULIN remains undefeated on the IBA.PRO stage. A really efficient outing, getting his man out of there in a blink. Pavel SOSULIN incredibly composed, and we mentioned the fact that in his last defeat against Xander Zayas, it was body shots that did the damage. And we posed the question whether SOSULIN and his team had watched it, and there is the right hook right into the abdomen that caused the man to turn away and crumple down to the canvas. Terrific punch picking just above the belt line, and it took all of the resistance out of Jorge FORTEA, whose excursions overseas result in a defeat once again. But no shame in losing to Pavel SOSULIN, because this is a young man on the rise who is going places. Absolute delight between he and his corner team, because the plan was executed to perfection. Pavel SOSULIN enjoying the compliments and well wishes that he is receiving from everyone associated, including that trainer of note up in his gold corner. Job well done, Pavel SOSULIN. This was more than a keep busy fight against the experienced operator Jorge FORTEA. He suggested there might be a vulnerability downstairs to the body in the makeup of Jorge FORTEA. SOSULIN tested it, touching him repeatedly downstairs on what proved to be the finishing right hand with a reach of a punch. The pain of a body shot is something that stays with you, and if you get hit in the right spot, it can have a paralyzing effect, completely robbing the stricken fighter of all of their movement. So it has proved tonight. Not like a shot to the head that can turn the lights out if you get hit on the point of the chin, but it's a debilitating, paralyzing pain that can be completely incapacitating. Here are the particulars.
Ваши аплодисменты двум воинам, которые подарили нам пусть и короткий, но очень яркий спектакль. Спасибо. Итак, рефери боя Семен Стахеев остановил поединок на отметке 2 минуты и 59 секунд второго раунда. Победу нокаутом одержал и остается не знающим поражений обладателем пояса IBA Intercontinental в первом среднем весе из Санкт-Петербурга, Россия, Павел «Мекс» SOSULIN!
So, Pavel SOSULIN, a KO winner of the former Spanish welterweight champion Jorge FORTEA. He successfully retained that beautiful IBA Intercontinental strap with another really impressive display. Absolutely nothing that FORTEA could do to beat the count, having been blitzed to the body by an absolutely perfectly placed right hand. Good to see that he's okay and moving under his own steam. But to the victor, the spoils. And it is St. Petersburg's Pavel SOSULIN in the presence of Denis Lebedev, just drinking in this moment of victory. All of the hard work in camp, all of the isolation, all of the sacrifice, worth it for this moment. And no doubt, because he's a true fighter, he'll be right back in the gym as soon as possible, just waiting for that opportunity to get that shot at the big time, which he may well have earned by prevailing in that WBA eliminator last time out against Magomed Kurbanov. So some of the action from what was a very brief night indeed of work from Pavel SOSULIN. Jorge FORTEA showed his quality. He scored with a good right hook to the body, repeatedly behind the left elbow of SOSULIN. But SOSULIN was able to fly through the gears, brought the hands up by scoring to the head first, and then in between the gloves to the abdomen, sinking it in, and it doubled over Jorge FORTEA like an accordion, and he was unable to beat the count. Yeah, the moment of confirmation, the victory announced by Alexander Sadokov, our MC tonight.